open and transparent trade in Europe and cutting EU red tape. Europe needs reform.
Hello everybody, welcome to my video blog from Strasbourg for February. Today we've got some very interesting voting going on. First of all, we have CETA, and you will all have heard of CETA, and a year ago, pre-Brexit, probably you hadn't. CETA is the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement with Canada, which many people are holding up as an example that we could follow in terms of the UK's agreement with Europe post-Brexit. That's an interesting discussion, no time for that on this blog, but what we do have here is a really key issue of whether this Parliament is going to block an agreement with probably, I would say, Canada, the country with whom we would have the most in common. A liberal with a small L democracy, open to free trade, very open society. What's not to like about Canada? It's a bit boring sometimes, but apart from that. And so we could have a really good agreement with them. This has taken 6 years to put together. People often say, oh my God, it takes so long to do a trade deal. Actually, it's a very good deal. It's very detailed. It has a lot of good stuff in it. And the culmination of that is the vote today in Parliament. Now, I'm confident that good sense will prevail, but it's become very much a left-right split. And you will probably know that the left, particularly the trade unions, are leading the charge on suggesting that CETA will mean that the NHS will be privatised, that foreign companies will be able to take the NHS to court. Most of this, I think, is fairly baseless scaremongering. So that we're going to vote on that in a few minutes' time. I look forward to letting you know what the result of that is. And secondly, we have another important environmental legislative issue, and that's on ETS, that's the emissions trading system. The emissions trading system has been in place now for many years, and frankly it doesn't work. It doesn't work in my view not because it's fundamentally the wrong thing to do, but because the conditions have not created a carbon price that's high enough to create the sort of actions that we need to make companies take. If we don't get a positive vote on a new ETS system, then I think we have to go back to the drawing board on whether a cap and trade for emissions is the way forward, or whether indeed just a straightforward carbon tax would be the simplest answer. These are all issues, of course, with Brexit we will be able to discuss for the UK. At the moment, though, we're working on the basis, as per government's instructions, that ETS will probably, almost certainly will be part of the initial Great Repeal, misnamed. It means it will come into UK law, and at some point in the future we'll sort out whether we want it to stay there. So it's still vitally important to us that the conditions of ETS are right for the UK. So we've got some key votes here to support some key industries like cement and indeed ceramics, which in the light of the Stoke-on-Trent by-election coming up next week, very important. So with that I will leave you, and I look forward to talking to you again in March.